Hey, how's it going? Happy Labor Day. I'm watching the telethon and doing a bicep workout. Thanks for joining me. It's been great. I love the telethon.
It was a tough one. Listen, yeah.
I hate to intrude. You're having such a nice conversation. But Lou, hit it again.
A timpani while I'm talking?
Oh wow, just in time for the timpani. Let's bring this a little bit like this. This is a channel on YouTube. It's called the Telethon channel. It's been great for the past, I guess it started yesterday. It's like they're reenacting the telethon.
Okay. Tony.
Yes, sir.
We just went to $18,229,298, and you're going to take us somewhere in New York, aren't you?
Yes, indeed, Jerry.
Okay.
The only thing better than girls is girls with terrific legs. And we've got the most beautiful girls and the most beautiful legs in the world. The world famous Radio City Music Hall Rockets. Yeah.
The Rockettes. Boy, I love the telethon. I grew up watching the telethon, as many of you also, I'm sure, grew up watching the telethon every Labor Day. I guess it would start Saturday, or would it start Sunday morning? Maybe it would start Sunday morning and then run through today. It was always a big deal because it meant school was getting ready to start, because back when I was a kid, school didn't start until the first week of September. So this would be the last week of summer, or the last weekend of summer when I was a kid. And there would be, I think, 4 days of school the first week. And then we would have the Portuguese Festa. My family has always had a Portuguese Festa the weekend after Labor Day. A big Festa. So I grew up with that in conjunction with this, and also in conjunction with the new Saturday morning cartoons, which would come out the exact same weekend. The cartoons would come out next weekend, not yesterday. Or they might have come out Saturday, this past Saturday. But I feel like it would have. I don't know for sure, but I feel like it would be like September 7th would be the premiere of the new Saturday morning cartoon schedule. But I could be off by a week. This is the Rockettes. They're great, right?
Here in New York. We're up there. Terrific. Thank all you nice ladies. Thank you, Tony.
You're welcome, Jerry.
We'll be
Thank you.
back to split with you in New York a little later in this hour, right?
Well, that did help, right? A little
Thank
bit.
You, Tony.
You're
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
So I started getting into this
once again,
in about, I mean, I became aware of this and started consuming this in about 1974, I think. Maybe, yes, I would say really it was 74. So this had to do with this being a year that we moved from San Jose to this small town called Pollock Pines and had a whole new house in the mountains. And when we did this, it became, my family pared down from a family of 5 people to just me and my mother. So all 3 of my older siblings went away to college, and my older brother went to boarding school. And so it was just me and my mom. And so I had kind of free reign at that point of this big house. She was busy and everything, so she would let me stay up like I said, I think I discovered it the summer of '74, like beginning of fourth grade maybe. And I wanted to try and stay up. And I remember I couldn't do it. She would let me fall asleep out in the living room and stuff like that. Sit right up near the TV, and she was busy doing her own thing. So I had the TV free reign. So I really got into this. Watched this every year. Then, as I said, it became tied in with like family traditions. Oh, look at Wayne. We saw him one. So, we saw him in concert in Tahoe one year. He was great. I really didn't like him that much, really at all. Zero interest. People made a big deal out of him when he would come on the talk shows, and I didn't fully get it. But then when I saw him at the dinner theater with my mom in Lake Tahoe, at the same time, I don't know when this commercial is. This might be later. Anyway, it was about 1975, 1976. We saw Wayne Newton, and he was great. Put on a great show. Those shows in Tahoe used to be amazing. It wasn't just like a concert. It was they would have a full orchestra, and there would be dancers, and there would be routines and audience interaction. It was really cool. It was a neat time.
Star Search.
Oh, Star Search.
This show hunting for new stars of the 80s and 90s. We're trying to find the Casey Kasems,
Star Search.
all the Sammy Davis Juniors, and the Jerry
I really
Lewis's
not.
of the 80s and 90s.
Star Search wasn't my
This
thing.
weekend, on
By the
a
time
television
Star
set
Search
near you.
became popular, I was like 8th grade, 9th grade, high school, and I stopped watching television. And so yeah, my big TV years were like 4th grade to 8th grade, 7th grade. I just stopped watching TV at that point and became way more concerned with what was going on in my social life. And then my mother had complete control of the TV, and I didn't even care. I would come home and she'd be in her chair, and I remember catching her. I walk in and she's watching The Incredible Hulk, that show with Bill Bixby, and she said she really liked it. And I'm in a hurry, go in my room to get something. And I come home and then I leave in 5 minutes. And you know how you used to do that when you were 16. And she said, "This Incredible Hulk show with Bill Bixby is really good." She's saying there from her recliner. And I said, "Yeah, it's pretty good, but the comic book that it's based on is really a lot better." She goes, "Oh, really?" But I never got her to read comic books, but I would tell her how much better they were. She watched that Spider-Man show too, which I didn't watch. Anyway. You get it. So my telethon years were from about 74 to about 79.
Someone asked me a few minutes ago, how many stores this guy Ed Stover had?
Yeah. 74 to 79 would be my max consumption telethon years.
His lovely wife got one
All
store
right.
in New Jersey.
We can go to
One store.
these hammer curls. I'm going to take my shirt off.
If all of our viewers will simply take heed to the very concept that has made them successful over the last few years, that concept is simply $1 more than last year. Only $1 more. If all of our viewers will
This guy's
simply
got great
follow
hair. I wish I had this guy's
Jerry,
hair.
I can assure
Look at
you
my
this will
hair.
be the finest
Look at his
last
perfect
3
hair.
hours of any telethon that you have ever had. Ever.
Jerry had
It
good
will
hair
be,
too.
Jerry. It will be.
My hair's
Won't you
gone, so
please
we're going to wear a hat.
Help us with our freedom fight for the cure for Jerry's kids. Please.
Thank you, Dick.
So I did this when I was a kid. So it was probably about the year after. So it was probably in 5th grade. I called, and I believe I donated like $10, which was a lot at the time, to MDA.
So hard this year.
I'm virtue signaling about right now. I spent 50 years not virtue signaling my MDA donation, which was back in 1976, 1975. But yeah, I pledged $10, and then they sent you this thing in the mail, and then you had your mother write a check, and then so my mother wrote a check for $10 to MDA, and then I put it in the envelope and got a stamp from her out of the drawer there, and she had one of those little stainless steel stamp dispensers. Anyway, where you put a whole roll inside of this little stainless steel thing, and you pull it up. Anyway,
$1 million from 7-Eleven.
I experienced donating and calling in and making a pledge and mailing the money. It was like a month later when it all
Thank you, Dick.
when it all washed out.
Good man.
All right, let's do some hammer curls.
Okay, here is another dynamite telephone panel of your favorite stars, and we'd like you to meet them and then call them with your pledge. They'll be waiting for your call. First, the handsome leading man of TV's popular A-Team, George Papard.
Wow, George Papard.
Everybody's favorite star football actor and super guy. Welcome, Joe
Oh, shit.
Naylor. From the Jeffersons, the Emmy Award-winning actress
Isabel Sanford.
The young man you loved in E.T., Henry Thomas.
Who?
From Dynasty, Gordon Thompson. Another mainstay from Knots Landing, Ted Shackelford.
Knots Landing.
Stokes, Todd Bridges.
She watched all these shows. She watched Knots Landing.
Let's have a big hand for all of those.
I actually did watch some episodes of Knots Landing with my cousin, and I liked it. I liked the show. At the time, it was like when I went and visited them, spent like a month in San Diego or something. My cousin Marcia, she was a big TV junkie and had all the magazines every week that she'd buy at the grocery store, you know, Star and I don't know what I don't you remember those tabloid magazines from the 70s. But yeah, so I sat with my cousin and my aunt there in their living room in San Diego. They had a fallout shelter in their backyard, legitimate fallout shelter in their backyard. Anyway, yeah, so I watched like the first 3 or 4 episodes of Knots Landing, and it was pretty good. I haven't watched it since, but I remember liking the beginning of it.
Tears in his eyes, he said,
Because it was about like a suburb in California, right? And it looked exactly like the places where I
Those
grew
who
up.
work with Jerry know how deeply he is affected and how MDA's
gosh,
cause
man.
affects his life.
This is Lon
Here's
Chaney
another
Jr.
letter from the mother of one of
Man
the
of a thousand
thousands
faces.
he fights to save. Dear Jerry, I'm the mother of one of your kids. Our kid, Jay, was 18 years old, and on May 18th, 1983, God saw fit to take him.
Ugh.
He had Duchenne MD.
I love this
But he
so
had
much, you
so
guys.
much
This is
more than that.
one of my favorite things.
He had
This
love,
thing.
determination, courage, and faith. He set goals
Some sort of
in
like
his life,
American
and
kitsch.
he met them head on.
And I like the
He
whole
was determined
everything
to finish
about it.
high school.
I'm a Jerry Lewis
and go
fan.
on to college. He never once doubted that he couldn't or wouldn't. He graduated from high school when he was 16, and tear my heart out as it did, went wheelchair and bags, college bound. He lacked 3 days of finishing 2 years of college, but in those 2 years he touched so many lives and gained so much. It was more than most people do in a lifetime. His 18 years were devoted to being happy, making others happy, and never complaining or asking why this happened to me. He gave our family and others so much strength and love. It's hard to think how we will go on without him, but with God's help and love, we will. I wish I could let all the people who watch your telethon know just how special these kids are. They ask for so little, they give so much in return. Jerry, when the telethon in September comes around,
I love this so much, you guys. I really do.
I know my
Even when I was a little
heart
kid,
aches
so
for Jerry,
this
but
particular
also
one isn't getting me.
those who are
But I
still
can remember being a little
waiting for
kid and getting affected emotionally by these, a couple of these like videos, like human interest stories or something. That might have been part of my first pledge, was that they showed a little 7-minute or 4-minute movie that made the little 10-year-old version of myself get a little weepy and made me cry and feel bad about someone else. Empathy. And yeah, this is about instilling empathy, I guess, right?
See more clearly why Jerry is here, giving every
It's
ounce
effective.
of his
It's very
strength to
effective.
another telethon. The reason I'm here is that I want to help him end letters like you've just heard forever. I hope you'll want to help too by picking up your phone right now and making a pledge. Please.
And you can still help. It says at the bottom of the screen, it says you can help MDA in 2025. Just go to mda.org. I don't know if you can see that on the screen because it's so crappy, but these guys were great. This whole thing was great. How much time do we got? All right, we have a couple more of these. Or one more? I think two more. One more. I hate when I don't keep count. It doesn't. I just need to focus on getting a good bicep pump and not worry about counting and shit.
For you and your kids.
Look more at the clock. 15 minutes.
And I'd like to remind everyone out there how we're going to get there. For every instant Maxwell House coupon redeemed between now and October the 31st, 5 cents will go to MDA. We know we're going to make that goal, and I've got $150,000 here, Jerry, as a down payment.
I'll take the down payment, Lloyd.
Good luck, and again, God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank Maxwell House and General Food Stores. Okay. Tony Orlando in New York once again. Tony, come back to me, honey.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. You know, thank you, Jerry. We have a wonderful, wonderful Broadway star right here in the studio in New York. In fact, if you're in New York or plan to be here in New York, don't, and I mean don't miss the Broadway musical.
I thought he was going to say, don't come. Yeah, don't. If you plan on coming to New York, don't.
Star of that show here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Betty Buckley.
Oh, Betty Buckley. From 8 is Enough? I think this is the stepmom from 8 is Enough, right? Broadway singer, Broadway star. Yeah, that's her. Beautiful voice, right? I guess this is Phantom of the Opera. I never saw this. Ever. I know that sounds crazy, but I never saw this. But I had to listen to this over and over and over again. The Army, man. The Army can be funny. Anyway, at one point I had a buddy, a friend of mine in the barracks, who was highly cultured. More cultured than me. Anyway, this highly cultured guy listened to classical and opera, and his mother would send him, when we were overseas, she would send him VHS tapes of stuff that was taped off of PBS. Anyway, that's how I learned about all of this Broadway stuff from like the 80s, I guess, that I was unaware of. What are we doing? Okay, let's do some curls. We're almost done. In close curls. Close grip. They call these close grip. Let's do these right here. In front of Betty. Do it at an angle, kind of like this, so I can watch Betty. Like that. Beautiful. Wow. She's beautiful and her voice is beautiful. Look at her. Wow. You like this? This? Good, huh? You should watch the telethon. The telethon channel. Okay. I see why Dan liked this. This is good. I can't even crack wise on this. It's so good. But I see why Dan's mother sent him this type of stuff. This is good. So sometimes in those movies, they'll touch on it a little bit, but you would be surprised at the level of culture of regular GIs. Not regular GIs. Take that back. So you'd be surprised at the culture of special operations and paratroopers and other eccentric things. That there's an odd level of culture there. Like sometimes you'll see movies and you can tell that they've had good technical advisory, and it'll show the guys, everybody will be singing or doing a party piece, right? If you don't know what a party piece is, it's where everybody is forced to perform in front of everyone else. And then we all roast each other about it. But yeah, there's people that you would think wouldn't be smart because you'd think that we're just meatheads or muscle heads or gun nuts or orphans. A lot of us are orphans. We feel like orphans. But it turns out that most of us are, or a good portion of us, are self-educated.
Tiffany, let's see it. Do it, turn it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about guys who use a helmet as their pillow, reading literature in the mud. It's more common than you would expect.
Mr. McMahon, you're on.
Right now, 1,700 McDonald's owners operators.
A lot of people have deep introspection because of the level of importance or responsibility placed on you at a very young age. So you're seeking knowledge or input from outside sources to see if you can get some help to make your way through. Like I read some funny books. So during the war, I read Johnny Get Your Gun and I read Catch 22. Isn't that funny? Those are the first time I read those books. I'll never forget it. All right, we're almost done. Let's just knock out a few more of
It
these.
gives me a great deal of pleasure. On behalf of the McDonald's Corporation.
Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great Labor Day
Our grand
and you're doing well wherever you're at.
contribution for 1983. $1,511,113. Thank you very much. And that makes $15 million over the last.
All right. Thanks for watching. What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
Thank you all. Thank all the McDonald's people for
Bye-bye.
us.